Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you how to upload and download files between your local machine and a remote server using the command line. I will cover two methods of authentication, a password-based and a public-private key. For this video I will use absolute paths only, assuming you're not familiar with relative and absolute paths. However, if you're more advanced, feel free to substitute with relative paths. So before we upload anything, first thing we need to know is where we're going to be uploading it. So in my case here, I'm going to be uploading a file, file1 from my desktop up into a remote server on Oracle Cloud. So I have my server IP here. So 150.136.159.112 is my server's IP, and I'll be uploading with my user Debian, and this user allows password authentication. So all I should need to enter is the username, the server name, and the path to where I want my file to be uploaded, and the file should just get uploaded. So what I want to do is I want to upload this file into my user's home directory. So pwd, and you see I'm in my user's home directory, so home Debian. And if I list this directory right now, it is empty. There is nothing in the directory. So to upload the file to here, all we need to do is go back to my local machine and type scp followed by the path to the file that I want to upload, which is this one. Now on the Mac, instead of typing the path, all you need to do is drag and drop. And as you can see, it got auto-populated for me. And then this will be followed by the user that I'll be connecting with, which is my Debian user, at the server IP, so 150.136.159.112, and then the path to the location where we want this file to be uploaded. So again, in this case would be home Debian. So I'm just going to copy and paste this. Now that you have typed this command, what you need to do is press enter. You'll be prompted for a password. And again, this is a user that is allowed to authenticate via password. So if your user is using a public-private key authentication method, this won't work, but I will show you how to do that. So here you gotta enter your password. So my password, and you're gonna press enter and your file will get uploaded. So if I go up on the server now and I list my home directory, you'll see that now I have this file one here. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is how to upload the entire directory. So the command to upload the directory will be the same. So it's still going to be scp, but we're going to add a flag -r for recursive. So I'm going to do up arrow like this, and then I'm going to go here and I will delete that file one, and I'll give it the name of my directory, GitHub. And right before the path, I'm going to type -r for recursive. So what we're saying here is recursively copy this GitHub directory, so the path to the directory, to our remote server into this directory. So as you can see, pretty much the same, except that we're doing this -r there. So I'm going to go ahead and press enter now, and I'll be prompted to enter my password. And after entering my password, all my files and directories will start uploading. And once it's complete, you can go to your server, list your directory, and you can see that the GitHub directory is here. And if we go deeper, we'll see that all the files and directory that are in this GitHub directory are already on the server. Go. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to do the things the other way around. How do we download from the server? As you're probably guessing already, it's the same thing. We just switch the sides, right? Instead of giving source our local computer, destination our remote server, we're going to give it for source our remote server, and for destination our local computer. I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to delete these two directories from my desktop. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and download them from the server. So I'm going to go here and I will clear my screen. Now, we cannot do that from the server, and the reason why is because our server can't connect to our home computer. Now, unless we do port forwarding and we want to expose our public IP to the internet, we won't be able to send the files from the remote server. So what we need to do is we're going to need to request the files. We're going to pull them down. So we're still going to be running the commands on our local machine, but we're just going to switch the sides of the source and the destination. So again, now we're going to go ahead and download the file. And to do that, we're going to run again the same command, scp, followed by the source, right? So this time our source is our remote machine, right? So we're going to say Debian here, and then we're going to give it the server address, 150.136.159.112, and then we'll give it path to our file, so home Debian file 1, and then we'll give it our local computers, the destination where we want that file to be placed, and in our case we want it to go to users admin desktop. So once you have all that entered, you can kind of review it, and as you can see, we're just doing the exact same thing but with the opposite. Instead of our desktop being the source and the file being the source, this is now our destination, and our source is the remote machine, a home Debian file 1. So I'm going to go ahead and press enter now. It will ask me to authenticate. And if I press enter, the file will download and it should show up here on my desktop. As you can see, it worked. And so we're going to do the exact same thing for the directory, but like we did it earlier, we're going to do it recursively, right? So we're going to go back here. We're going to say -r, and then I'm going to go here, and instead of putting the name of the file, I will put the name of the directory, and just briefly to check, it was GitHub. So go ahead and say GitHub like this, and if everything looks good, you can go ahead and press enter and enter your password, and that will download your directory. And as you can see, the directory is already here. The files are downloading and they're all downloaded now. So if I double click here, you'll see that we have our directory back to our desktop. It got downloaded. Now this was using password. Now it's a little bit different if your user is authenticating by using public-private key pair, and I'm going to show you now how to do that with a user that is set to only accept public and private key pair and no password. So on this tab here, I'm connected to this exact same server, but if you notice here, I'm connected with user Ubuntu, and my user Ubuntu does not allow password authentication. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to upload my file to this server, and let's see what's going to happen if I use the same command as before. So first things first is I'm going to go ahead and list this directory just to confirm that there is nothing in here. And just so you see, I'm into my home Ubuntu this time instead of home Debian on this server, right? So in this home Ubuntu, there is no files, and we're going to try to upload our file 1. And we're going to use the exact same command that we used to upload that file with our other user. Path to our file, the username this time will be Ubuntu, the IP address of the server, and the home directory of this Ubuntu user. And so now I'm going to go ahead and press enter. And let's see what happens. See, we get this message here that says permission denied public key. What this error tells us that this user does not allow password authentication, and we need to use a private key to connect to the server. Now, if you're connecting to such a server, you probably already have the private key and you know where it's located. So all you need to do is to pass this private key to your command and be able to upload your file, is enter the flag -I, followed by the path to your public key. So in my case, my public key is in users, admin, and then SSH-key is my key. So again, here you're gonna pass the path to your key. And once you have all that done, everything else stays the same. You can just go ahead and run your command and that file will upload. So if I go now to my SSH connection with my Ubuntu user, and I go ahead and list this directory, there you go. You can see that now the file is up on the server, and the same thing goes when we're uploading the directory. You can literally run that exact same command, but instead of having the path to the file here, all you need to do is put the path to the directory. As like I said earlier to you, on the Mac, all you need to do is drag and drop it where your cursor is, and it will automatically populate the path for you. And once you have all that, you can go ahead, press enter. But before that, you need to do -R, right? So we can copy it recursively. So I'm going to go ahead here and do up arrow to return me to my previous command. And I'm going to go at the beginning of the line here. And I'm going to say, actually, I need to do it right here. I'm going to say -R. And now if I press enter, the directory should upload. So let's give it a try. And there you go. It didn't ask me for a password because it's using our key, and all the files are getting uploaded. And if I go now to the server here and I list my directory, you can see that we have the GitHub directory in it. And again, if we go a couple layers deeper, we're going to see that we have all the files with all the subdirectories. And to download, we're gonna do the exact same thing like we did it without the key, except we need to add that -I followed by the key. So I'm gonna skip that part as it's very easy and I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. I hope this video was useful to you. If you liked it, please go ahead and click on a like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, please let me know. Also, if you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe for my channel. Thank you for watching.